All right. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders, GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great example towards younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. All right. So what we're gonna get into today, man, pretty much, hey, we getting into crazy faith. All right, crazy faith, because the faith that we're gonna need to make it out of here is gonna seem crazy to the world. All right, the mindset that we have going into this chaos is gonna be crazy. All right, to these people, man. You know how much we believe the faith that we got. You know, their true die-hard faith in a time of chaos, man. And we got, several accounts in the scriptures, that give us the confidence that Yahweh Bashim Shai is going to come through in the time of trouble, man. Because even, as we come to this ministry and we mature in the faith and mature in understanding, what we come to understand, you look at everything different, man. We even look at death different, because pretty much if you're of the elect, there's no such thing as death, man. You see? Because nothing can separate us from the promises, all right, of Yahweh Bashim Shai if we're predestined, all right, to be a part of that elect. Now, what I want to start with in the book of Philippians, and it's going into really having a mindset towards death in these times, man. All right, because hey, dying for Yahweh Shai is that's a very honorable thing, man. And that all it does is a accolade to our legacy, man. If we have to do that, so let's get Philippians, all right, chapter 1, verse 20. It says, according to my earnest expectation and my hope that in nothing I shall be ashamed. Yeah, our earnest expectation, man. Hey, it's to the point now, man, where you should want to crave the kingdom, man. You should crave the kingdom. You should crave rulership, man. You should crave Yahweh Shai coming to rule this earth in righteousness, man. That's our earnest expectation, man. This is what we've been out here doing. This is what we've been putting in work for, man, for the rulership that's to come. That's why brothers been out there highways and byways, rain, sleet, snow, cold, all right, drenching sweat and heat, standing on that concrete, man, dealing with scoffers, putting ourselves out there, man, you know, dedicating our lives, man, to being watchmen. You see, because you go to that earnest expectation, it's like we put a down payment on something, man, you know, and now we we looking towards to what we put that down payment on, man. So that's our earnest expectation, man. And that's why I say we not ashamed of nothing, man. I'm not, we shouldn't be ashamed, all right, of the relationships that we lost, because of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. We shouldn't be ashamed of the people that left our life because of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, man. You know, the opportunities that we missed out on because of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, man. We not ashamed of that, man. Being made a fool for the sake of Yahweh Shai. We not ashamed of that, man, because we got an earnest expectation of something that's way beyond this society has to offer, man. All right. So read on, and it says, according Philippians 1:20 says, according to my earnest expectation and my hope that in nothing I shall be ashamed, but that with all boldness, as always, so now also Yahweh Shai shall be magnified in my body, whether it be by life, you see, or by death, you know? Hey, because like I say, if our life is dedicated to Yahweh by Shemal Shai, because pretty soon everybody gonna know what we're about. When Esau really, pushes, the demonization, of these camps. Everyone's gonna know what we're about. So everything that happens within our life is gonna be to Yahweh Shai. If you hear about a brother healing someone, or healing people, all right, their glory gonna go to Yahweh Shai. So his life, all right, is giving glory to Yahweh Shai. And on the flip side, if they if they televise a brother being beheaded for the testimony of Yahweh Shai, they're still gonna give glory to Yahweh Shai. You see, so whether we live or whether we die, the glory go to Yahweh Shai. You see? So at the end of the day, we in the win-win situation. That's how you gotta look at this thing, man. Death ain't even, there's nothing. You gotta look at death as nothing, man. You see? Because what the hell you trying to stay alive and do? You know? Clock in, you know? You know? Because our lives are trash, you know? What the hell we trying to stay alive and do? You see? If it ain't uplifting your house shot, ain't no other purpose, in life but your house shot, man. It's to the point where ain't no other purpose in life but your house shot, man. You know? Now, verse 21, it said, for to me, to live is Yahweh Shai. It said, but to die is gain. It said, Apostle Paul said, to die is gain. Because remember, Apostle Paul, he was stoned and he died. He went to the spirit world, but he came back. The Lord put his spirit back in his body and he came back. And he said he seen things in the spirit world that it was unlawful for him to try to describe, because he would be lying if he tried to describe it. He couldn't even, you know, find the words to articulate what he seen, man. You know? So at the end of the day, when we rest, our spirits go to paradise and rest, man. And you with Yahweh Why, Yahweh Shai. So to die is gain, but to live is to live to Yahweh Shai, man. So either way it go, we good on both sides of the coin, man. For the true believers of the elect. So we gotta go into this thing with this crazy faith, not even worrying about death, man. We know that's on the table. You see, we know death is on the table, man. The scriptures tell us. Well, let's get Revelation. In Revelation 2 and 10, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you in prison, that ye may be tried, all right? And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, man. Yeah, so it's going to come a time where, hey, brothers might get snatched up, all right? And brothers might, be in the dungeon and then ultimately be led, hey, to the guillotine, man. But hey, be faithful unto death. Never lose your integrity for your how about Shema shot, man. You know? Because in death, that's not going to separate us, all right, from their rulership. You know? Esau can't put us to death and then we don't rule when Yahweh Shai comes back. No. All right, we're gonna be raised up, man, to be joint heirs with him regardless, man. Whether we get changed at the twinkling of an eye, all right, or whether we get resurrected, we gonna be with Yahweh Shai, like it says in let me get that Thessalonians. All right, so when you go to second, First Thessalonians. All right, this is First Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 16. Said, for the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in Yahweh Shai shall rise first, man. The dead in Yahweh Shai gonna rise first. You see that? you know? Hey, so be faithful unto death, and I will give thee the crown of life, man. So it said, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we be, all right, ever with the Lord, man. It says, wherefore comfort one another with these words, man. Comfort one another with these words. We good either way, you know. The thing is, stay faithful to your house, shot, man. Not faithful to anything else, man. All right, we weren't here to be faithful to our family. We weren't here to be faithful to our friends, our job. No, we here to be faithful to your house shot. You know, they gonna have to get wood to get lost, man. We gonna be faithful to your house shot, man. As men of your house Shema shot, we gonna stay faithful to our power, man. All right, so let's go from there because get some accounts, man. Like our forefathers had crazy faith, man. Crazy faith. They didn't care what the eyes looked like, They didn't care about none of that, man. When they knew that, when they when they understood that Yahweh Shema Shai was with them, when the Most High showed that He was with them, and our people was being obedient, and the Most High showed that He was with them. Crazy faith, man. You know, this produced crazy faith for our forefathers, man. So let's get that in Romans, and then we'll get a few accounts, man. All right. So this is the book of Romans. This is Romans 15 and 4. It says, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope." You see, so these things were documented and scribed down for us pretty much in these latter times, man. So we will have hope, in the situation that we're gonna find ourselves in, man. You see? So let's get some accounts, you know. Hey, we pretty much like the book of Maccabees, would be a good book to read in these times, man. You know, hey, because it was a standard lifted for the Maccabees, man. You know, there was a standard lifted. That's why they was able to deal. We're gonna prove it, and we in this time where we gonna need a standard lifted so we can deal. You know, um, because the only men that's gonna be able to deal with Esau, Edom in these times is the men of Israel, whom the Lord lifts a standard for. No one else is gonna be able to deal with this man. You know, no one else is gonna be able to combat this man except those whom the Lord lifts a standard for, man. Now, when you go to First Maccabees chapter 4 verse 1, it said, "Then took Gorgias, all right, which was one of the captains of the Greek armies, all right, which was Edomites, said then took Gorgias 5,000 footmen and 1,000 of the best horsemen, and removed out of the camp by night, to the end he might rush in upon the camp of the Jews and smite them suddenly, and the men of the fortress were his guide. Now when Judas heard thereof, he himself removed, and the valiant men with him, that he might smite the king's army which was at Umas." And we know Esau is finna try to do what, man? Come in like a flood, man. You know, Esau finna come in, try to come in like a flood, man. All right, you're gonna try to catch brothers off guard, but see, the scripture talk about how we're gonna be guided in the spirit, man. There's gonna be angels giving brothers the drops, on what's going on how to move. You know, Look, they coming in the morning. You need to leave at this time. Brothers might go into a trance and get some info. See, the spirit world gonna be working heavy in this time, man. With the men of Yahweh Shem Shai. That's why we gotta be tapped in, man. Block this shit out, man. This world, this society, these distractions. Hey, block this shit out, man. Tap into your how about Shema Shai, cause we see, man. Hey, the war is finna go to the next phase, man. You see, the spiritual war is finna become all right physical in a minute, man. You see, we gonna need help from on high. That's the only way out of this, man. You see, and it says, while as yet forces were dispersed from the camp in the mean season, all right, came Gorgias by night into the camp of Judas. And when he found no man there, he sought them in the mountains, for he said, "These fellows flee from us." Yeah, because Judas wasn't there. Because he had got the drop, all right, that what Gorgias was trying to do. So he moved. You see? Hey, the spirit gonna have us steps ahead of these devils, man, in the time to come. You see? And it says, "But as soon as it was day, Judas showed himself in the plain with 3,000 men, who nevertheless had neither armor nor sword in their mind." So Judas had 3,000 men with no weapons, man. All they had is what? Straight faith, man. Even when you go to the account of King David, man, he had Saul's armor and his sword, but he took all that off, man. He just needed them rocks, man. What was symbolic for who? Yahweh Shai, man. You see, you're not gonna need. You gonna have Jake out here with with the SK, with the tactical leg scrap. That big ass vest sagging off of him, man. You see, all that shit, and the first drone strike, them nigga gonna be through. You see, but then you gonna have men of Yahweh by Shema Shai, man. Hey, that house of David, man, just gonna be out here, man, with a standard lifted. You see, we just gonna be out here with a standard lifted, man, running through shit, man. That's the mind frame that we gotta come into, man. All right. So it says, reading on, and it says, verse 6 said, but as soon as it was day, Judah showed himself in the plain with 3,000 men, who nevertheless had neither armor nor swords to their minds. And they saw the camp of the heathen, that it was strong and well harnessed, and compassed round about with horsemen, and these were expert at war, man. So pretty much it was like special forces, man. Today it will be like the special forces, man. All right. It'd be like your house surrounded by Navy SEALs and Marines. All right, Green Beret, Green Rangers. All right, whatever. You know, all these little special units Esau got. You know, they're gonna have the high tech, weaponry and full body armor and the MRAPs. You see, but then they came against some men who had no armor, no sword, man. So you see, crazy faith being put on display, man. Crazy faith is being put on display in this situation, man. So let's read on. Verse 8, it says, then said Judas to the men that were with him, fear ye not their multitude, neither be you afraid of their assault. Remember how our fathers were delivered in the Red Sea when Pharaoh pursued them with his army. See, so he's going back to what? An old account when the Lord intervened on behalf of Israel. You see, so just as we going back to an old account, this what Judas did. He went back to an old account. You see, he went back to an old account, man. All right, and it says, remember how our fathers were delivered in the Red Sea when Pharaoh pursued them with an army. Now therefore let us cry unto heaven, if peradventure the Lord will have mercy upon us, and remember the covenant of our fathers, and destroy this host before our face this day. Yeah, it said remember the covenant with our fathers. And what was the covenant that was made with our fathers, man? The Most High promised Abraham that we will be his people and he will be our power. You see? Everybody talking about power. See, we finna need this power. All right? So that was the covenant, is that we will be his people and he will be our power. So we need that covenant to kick in, man. We need that promise to kick in, man. And we see it now through this word, man. That's a form of what? Power. This word is spiritual power, man. Because it's taking enchantments off the elect. Because we was all born in society enchanted and indoctrinated by darkness, man. But through the power of this word, them enchantments fell off us, man. You know? But now, as we see Esau mounting up, putting himself in battle formation, hey, we're gonna need another form of power now, man. You know? And that goes back to the covenant that Most High made with Abraham, the promise he made that he will be our power and we will be his people, man. And we showing ourselves to be his people by our actions, man. All right? Our actions show that we are his people, man. Not just by lineage, but by our actions, man. It's showing that we his people, man. And through his actions, he gonna show that he our power, man. You know? So reading on, it says, uh, then said, uh, verse 10, yep, it said, now therefore let us cry to heaven, if peradventure the Lord will have mercy upon us, and remember the covenant of our fathers, and destroy this host before this day. Yeah, they threw them prayers up, man. They cried unto heaven. And see, that's what we got to do, man. We get in these jams, we get in a situation, man, we surrounded, man. Hey, throw them prayers up, and then, hey, and let it be, man. Because say if pre-adventure, if the Most High decides to have mercy on us, either he is or he not, you know. But either way, hey, throw them prayers up and just hey, let it be, let the chips fall where they may. Throw them prayers up, man. You see, and go from there, man. But see, when they would get in them jams, what would they do, man? They threw them prayers up, man. You see, and it says uh, verse 11, it said, that so all the heathen may know that there is one who delivereth and saveth Israel. Yeah, so him delivering us is gonna be what? It's gonna be echoed, man. Hey, you know how that word gonna travel, man. You know, the brother in Chicago, you know, the Lord delivered him from 200, special forces troop, man. You see, you know how that's gonna send a shockwave, all right, through Israel, man. Hey, we gonna be going crazy, man. The first miracle that we see like that, man, we gonna be going crazy, man. You know, the believers are gonna be going crazy, man. These heathen, all these heathens gonna be shook, man. You know, hey, the Most High finna take all these smirks out these people's faces, man, with power, man, and he gonna showcase his power through his men in these times, man. You know, and brothers, hey, we gotta start thinking that we gotta start talking and thinking about these powers like it's normal, man. This is part of who we are, man. Being sons of Israel, man. It's much more, all right, than doing the damn windmill, man. You know, running the 4-2. It's much more than that, man. All right, we on a whole nother level. All right, when it comes to power, man. You know that's why when Jacob wrestled an angel, he said that name is no more Jacob but Israel because thou has power with the Most High and in earth, man. You see the power from the spiritual realm. Hey, it's finna come down to the earth, man. It's finna. Hey, the Most High finna sprinkle. You know, Kwame Brown, which he make a few good points, but he was always talking about sprinkling what his mom was cooking. No, the Most High finna sprinkle us with with some cooking, man. There's power, man. You see, that's what something they can't deal with. All right, our father's cooking, man. you know, so let's jump from there. Jump down a little bit. Now this is in the same chapter, Maccabees chapter 4, verse 28. It says the next year, therefore, following Lysias gathered together 3,000, three score thousand choice men on foot. All right, so 60,000 choice men on foot and 5,000 horsemen that he might subdue them. So now you have 60,000 or 65,000 of these Greeks, and these choice men, probably other heathens, to come against what Jake, man, come against the Jews, man. You know, so now they took their loss of them 5,000 men. So this side like when you study the Roman Empire, like I've been watching what they call the barbarian tribes going against the Roman Empire. Now those barbarians they would get victories, but the Rome would keep sending more and more legions, man. They would just keep sending more and more legions, man, until they eventually just tap, the barbarian tribes out. But see, we got Yahweh Shemal Shah. Those barbarians didn't have it, starting with Hannibal on up to all these different different tribes of the Gauls and Espanol, you know. But now in this time we got Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, so they can send all the troops they want. But see, that's how Esau get out. He'll send 5,000, they'll get ran through, then he'll come back with 70,000. He fully believes in that sword, man. You know, but see, he gonna be confounded this time, man. He's not gonna be victorious, man. Hey, Rome finna fall, man. You had a lot, like the Spartacus. I know brother like Spartacus. You see, hey, they will give Rome hell, but eventually they will be taken out. But see, this time Rome finna fall, man. It's gonna be in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, man. You know. So reading on. All right, it says, verse 29 says, so they came into Idumea and pitched their tents at Beersheba, and Judas with met them with 10,000 men. So you got 10,000 versus 65,000. All right, and it said, and when he saw that mighty army, he prayed. You see, the first thing that Judas always does, man, before the battle, put them prayers up, man. He send them prayers up, man. That's their access to the spiritual realm. Them prayers, man. You making requests, man. Hey, like in Esau's military, you know, hey, his the ground troops might be, pinned down, by some ground troops of opposing force. And what does he do? He get on their radio and he called for their air force, man. Esau get on his radio and call for their air force, man. You know, And even Esau calls his fighter jets, the angels, man. You see, his fighter jets, those are his angels, man. Going to Revelation, the 12th chapter. You see, but they get on their radio and they make a request, you know, for some air support. All right. So we have to make our request, man. For support in these times, man. All right. So it says, um, verse 32. It says, start 30. It says, and when he saw that mighty army, he prayed and said, blessed art thou, O Savior of Israel, who didst quell, all right, the violence of the mighty man by the hand of thy servant David, and gavest the host of strangers into the hands of Jonathan, son of Saul, his armor bearer. So what is he doing? He referring back to them old accounts when the Lord will come through, man. You see? And see pretty much like David, even going back to Moses, what Moses did, all right, through the power of Yahweh Shema Shai, you know, he really set a standard, man, because Israel took down a superpower. When they came out of Egypt, Yahweh Shema Shai pretty much took down a superpower for Israel and brought them out of there. Egypt was a superpower, man. Just like America is today, you gotta think ancient Egypt was the superpower of that time, man. A major superpower, man. There wasn't no other, you know, uh, uh, kingdom, all right, no other empire that could rival them at that time, man. You know, but the power of of Israel, the power of Jacob, took that place down on behalf of who? Israel, man. And it pretty much set a standard. Then when David went against Goliath, that set a standard, man. You know, that set a standard what David did, like the power of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Just like on some low level shit, like when Dr. J, when he came from the free throw line, hey, he set a standard, you know, with dunking. You see, and what do you see after that? Everybody, pretty much set their standard based off that, man. You know, so on a higher level, man, when our people they would take down, all right, these mighty nations, they set standards, man, for the people that will come after, man. Because you see, Judas just keep referring back to, the time of Moses, the time of David, time of Jonathan, when he ran through them Philistines, man. You see, he was always referring back to what, man, them old accounts. So, uh, verse Verse 31, it says, shut up this army in the hand of thy people Israel, and let them be confounded in their power and horsemen. Make them to be of no courage, and cause the boldness of their strength to fall away, and let them quake at their destruction. Cast them down in the sword of them that love thee. Yeah, cast them down in the sword of them that love thee. You see, cast them down by the sword of them that love thee, man. And who loves you? How about you, outside the elect at this time, man? You know? So the Lord, hey, for his name's sake, man, he gonna endow particular men with powers, man, to deal, man. You know? Those that love you, how about Shema Shai, hey, the Most High gonna intervene, and he's gonna put power on particular men, that love him, man, and we show our love through action, man. And he says, it said, cast them down with the sword of them that love thee, and let all those that know thy name praise thee with thanksgiving. So they joined battle, and there were slain of the host of Lysias about 5,000 men, even before they were slain. Now when Lysias saw his army put to flight, and the manliness of Judas and his soldiers, yeah, man, because they were looking at Jake like they was crazy, man. You know, you know how big of a difference in number that is, man, when you have 65,000 versus 10,000, man. You know how crazy that look, man. You see? You know how crazy Moses and them was looking when they was coming to Pharaoh saying, let my people go, man. You know how crazy they was looking, man. You see? When David went out there to Goliath, you know how crazy that was looking? You know? This big, huge giant, man, and you had this young Israelite, 13, 14. All right, fresh out the out the pastor, man. You know how crazy that look, and that's how it's gonna look to these people, man. It's gonna look crazy, man. But that's crazy faith, man. It's supposed to look like that. All right, crazy faith in these times, man. That's what's gonna get us past, man. You see, imagine one Israelite, today, man. One Israelite man, he running towards, you know, a tank, man. You see, that's what it's gonna take, man. That's what we're finna see in these times, man. The Most High finna show out with His power, man. All right, and it says, um, verse 35. It says, now when Lysias, all right, which was another Greek captain, saw his army put to flight and the manliness of Judas' soldiers and how they were ready either to live or die violently, all right, they were ready to live or die. See, the reason, the leverage that Esau has over these people, why he has them in fear, because they in fear of dying. Most people went and took Vanessa because they have a fear of dying. He don't push the fear of death on them, man. You see, but he don't have that leverage on us, man. He said, look, because Lysias said he was amazed at the manliness and how they was ready to live or die, man. They didn't care how it turned out, because we just read in the beginning what death is, man. To die is the game. You see? So we going into this thing with our ears pinned back, man. That's a term in football, man, where you just be blissing everybody, man. You pin your ears back, man. You see? And that's the energy we come in. We got our ears pinned back, man. We're gonna have our ears pinned back going at this man. You see? And that standard lifted, man, we coming to find him. Because it's gonna come from a point where, we're gonna be on the move, gonna be period, we're gonna be persecuted, we're gonna go through this, go through particular things, man. But then it's gonna get to the point where, hey, we gonna be looking for this nigga, man. You see, he gonna be looking for us and busting in doors, trying to find us, man. All right, but then it's gonna flip, and we're gonna be looking for him, man. Hey, we're gonna be asking people like, hey, y'all seen some UN troops around here, man? No, y'all seen any special forces around here? You see, we gonna be looking for them. You know, that's what we coming into, man. That's the legacy of the house of David, man. All right, it's conquering these damn heathens, man. You know, but we gotta make it there. We gotta suffer through it. We gotta suffer through to make it to that point, man. You see, um, reading on, it says, now when Lysias saw his army put to flight and the manliness of Judah's soldiers and how they were ready either to live or die violently, he went into Antiochus and gathered together a company of strangers, and having made his army greater than it was, he purposed to come again into Judea. So that's how Esau Edom does, man. Hey, he take that L, he gonna come back with more troops. He take another L, he gonna come back with more than that, man. So hey, that's how this man comes in. Like that's why I say when the enemy come in like a flood, then the standard gonna be lifted. How about Shema Al No, we need a standard in these times, man. All right, we need a standard. Let's get that in Isaiah. All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 41, and I started at 8. Isaiah 41 and 8. It says, "But thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend." It says, "Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my chosen, I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away." And see, Most High, he's remembering the covenant, the promise he made to Abraham. How he will be our power and we will be his people. And that's why he's chosen in a remnant and elect. All right, he said the ends of the earth, mainly over here in the Western Hemisphere, where the bulk of our people at. But globally, the Most High has awakened, his people, the elect, man. You know? So the Most High, look, I chose you. All right, I'm finna wake you up and I'm about to deliver you. That's the whole purpose of us being awakened is for the deliverance, man. All right. Just like if you go to a you say your child at a daycare and you go there early and it's during the time where all the children sleep, you know. So what you gonna do? You gonna skip over all the other kids and you gonna wake your child up and say, look, we about to go. You know, and that's how the Lord doing with us, man. He woke us up because it's time to go. He came and woke his children up, which is the elect of Israel, all right, because it's time for them to go. You see? And it says, uh, verse 10, it said, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee, yeah. I will help thee, yeah. I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness, man. So the Lord said, I'm a strengthen you. All right. I'm gonna help you. All right. Fear not, man. We got nothing to fear, man. Our power, he gonna intervene. Think the most High just gonna leave us out here, man, just to be slaughtered by these wicked ass people, man. You know, just for them to have their way with us. No, man. The standard is coming, man. Power is coming. The showcase is coming. It's gonna be all in the name of Yahweh Bashim Shah. That's all you gonna hear when them brothers get that power, man. You know, that's all you gonna hear. Yahweh Bashim Shah, man. You know, all throughout the earth, man. That's what's coming, man. He gonna be exalted among the heathen, man. As the scriptures say, verse 11, it said, "For behold, it said, behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded; they shall be as nothing, and they that scribe with thee shall perish." Man, he said, "They that incense, all right, or surround you, shall be ashamed and confounded." All right, they that scribe with thee shall perish. You know, this is a promise, man. The Most High is telling us what He gonna do, man. When He make His move, Most High is telling the move He gonna make. I'ma jump in. You see, I'ma jump into action. You know, I ain't gonna, you know, hey, I'ma level you up. You gonna be able to deal, man. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna put you in position where you gonna be able to deal, man. You know, and keep going. Verse 12, it says, "Thou shalt seek them." It said, "Thou shalt seek them and shall not find them." Yeah, it said, "Thou shalt seek them and shall not find them," man. Because it's gonna get to the point where this man sending troops, you know, sending them droves of troops, and then, hey, them troops not gonna come back. You know, that's gonna be the report. All right, he gonna send 10,000. None of them gonna come back. 30,000, they not gonna come back. All right, 40, 50,000, they not gonna come back. Then it's gonna get to the point where we ain't gonna, hey, ain't gonna be nothing to see. You see, that's what our scripture say. Let's read it. It says, uh, "Thou shalt seek them and shalt not find them. Even them that contended with thee, they that war against thee shall be as nothing and as a thing of naught," man. You see? And when Yahweh Shah comes, he's just gonna run through, all right, militaries, man. All right? He's just gonna run through these militaries, man. All right? The Lord just gonna, Yahweh Shah gonna come through and just run through this man's militaries, man. It's gonna be light work, you know? But this man is getting ready to lose, man. Esau's about to lose, man. This man has been on a wicked, all right, a wicked goddamn terror in the earth, man. You know, this man has been doing too much, man. It's finna come to a stop. Nothing is finna work in his favor, man. Just like everything worked against us and, you know, we was through. How much more is it gonna work against him and he gonna be through, man? You see? Reading on, it said, "Thou shalt seek them and shalt not find them, even them that contended with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing, and as a thing of naught. For I, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shah, thy power, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, Fear not, I will help thee. Fear not, thy worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, said the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shah, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel," man. You see? Fear not, ye men of Israel, man. You see? Speaking of who, man, the house of David, man, it's pretty much like a letter to the house of David, you know, from Yahweh by Shema Shai, man, letting us know how he's going to intervene when Esau come in with his move, man. So as we see these things happening, it's going to go for him censoring us, you know, it's going to go for them, you know, putting the blame on us, and then it's going to go to them, you know, pretty much trying to come in, man. All right, some brothers, all right, they gonna have to, be martyrs, man. But that don't mean that we finna lose, man. You know, and that's another thing. If you see brother, being put to death for the testimony of Yahushua, don't make it seem like we finna lose, man. Don't get down in the spirit and be pouting, man. Hey, that's written. That's all these things are written, man. But it's gonna come a time where it's gonna be a standard lifted, man, and this man gonna have to deal. You see, but he ain't gonna be able to. You see, he's not gonna stand a chance against that standard, man. You know. So let's get that in Psalms. Yep, that's a beautiful precept the brother put. I think that's Psalm 124. Uh, the brother Tavares. Yep, this is Psalms 124. And this is a Psalm of David, and it says, if it had not been for the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Shai, who was on our side, now may Israel say, if it had not been for the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Shai, when men rose up against us, man. You see, it's showing us what it's only gonna be through Yahweh by Hashem Shai that we're gonna be delivered, man. That we're gonna be able to deal with our enemies in this time, man. All right, verse 3. Then they had swallowed us up quick with their wrath. All right, when their wrath was kindled against us, and this man's anger is kindled against us, man. You see, because we're pretty much, we really the hold up to this man's new world order, man. Because everybody else gonna fold. You know, eventually everybody else gonna fold. The real hold up to this man's new world order, all right, is the house of David, man. You know, so this man, his anger is becoming more and more kindled by the day, man. Because we the resistance to this wickedness in the earth, man. Through the spirit and power we have by Shema Shai. So this man is getting angry, more angry and angry by the day. But guess what? The Most High is getting angry and angry his wicked ass by the day too, man. All right? And we're gonna see what anger matters at the end of the day, man. You know? And it says, verse 4, it says, then the waters had overwhelmed us, the stream had gone over our soul. Then the proud waters had gone over our soul, the proud waters, when Esau should come in like a flood. The proud water, they let you know it's talking about your boy, because he's proud in his military. He's proud, in his special forces and all these different, weaponries and, things he got. He's proud in these things, man. You see? But when they come in, they going to meet a standard, man. All right? And it says, blessed be the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, who have not given us as a prey to their teeth. Yeah, so we're not going to be given as a prey to these people. We're not going to be the prey anymore. When they're standing lifted, we're not going to be in the prey anymore. The scriptures say that the remnant of Israel is going to be like a young lion in the midst of sheep. You see? Young lion in the midst of sheep. Now, in the scenario of a young lion and a sheep, who's the prey? The sheep. You see, so we're not gonna be prey anymore for these people, man. We're gonna be predators, man. And it's gonna be through the standard of Yahweh Shema Shai. And it says, our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers. The snare is broken, and we are escaped. Yeah, so the Most High is gonna break this snare, this system, man. Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna break this whole system, man. It says, our help is in the name of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al Shah, who made heaven and earth, man. And I get this one here in closing. We got Psalm. Now this is Psalms 33 and 16. It says, there is no king saved by the multitude of his hosts. A mighty man is not delivered by much strength. A horse is a vain thing for safety, neither shall he deliver any by his great strength. Yeah, so who's the king now? Who's the kings of the earth? Esau, Edom. So he's not going to be saved by his great host of military and weaponry. He's not going to be saved by that, man. All right, he say a horse is a vain thing, and neither shall he save any by his strength, man. you know. And it says, behold, the eyes of the Lord is upon them that fear him and upon them that hope in his mercy, man. And this all the hope we got, man. You know, all the hope we got is based on Yahweh by Shema Shai intervening on our behalf in these times, man. That's all I hope, man. And we govern our life in the fear of Yahweh by Shema Shai through obedience, man. you know. But he said the eyes of the Lord. Who's the eyes of the Lord? The chariots. He said they are upon them that fear, you know, and whose hope is in His mercy, man. All right. And it said, behold, the eyes of the Lord is upon them that fear Him, upon them that hope in His mercy, to deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine. You see that? We're gonna be preserved, as I was speaking of yesterday, man. You know, surviving until Yahweh shot. We're gonna be preserved, man, in these times, man. You see, we're gonna be preserved by Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh shot. So even in famine, man, the scriptures say we gonna eat, man. So the Lord is constantly reaffirming we gonna be good, man. You know? And it says, our soul waited for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. For our heart shall rejoice in him, because we have trusted in his holy name. Let thy mercy, O Lord, be upon us according as we hope in thee, man. Let thy mercy be upon us according as we hope in thee, man. And that's where, you know, all our hope is, man, the mercy of Yahweh Shem Shah, man. And we know that the Lord is going to intervene, man, just like he did for our forefathers, man. When they backs was against the wall, facing crazy odds, man. You see, they had crazy faith, man. They threw them prayers up and got busy, man. You know, and they had the mind frame, we gonna either Lord gonna intervene or we gonna die. You know? And you brothers, you gotta take that approach going into this thing, man. Either the Lord gonna intervene or we gonna die, man. All right? Well, we die fighting for the testimony of Yahweh Shah, man. Hey, we good, man. When Yahweh Shah come back, we coming back with him, man. And we still gonna see Yahweh Shah tear this place apart, man. You know? So I just wanted to put that out there, Lord will. You know, you brothers and you few sisters were edified. Once again, I'm gonna give all praise and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders, geometric rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers, and peace and blessings salutations. Hopefully, to the next time I say Shalom, Kwam Yasha Allah, Abba, Abba, DTA soon, soon.